Hello and welcome to Cup to Hook Movie Night. And I know that right now I'm currently the only one on here. And if you were not on Cup to Hook Conversations, then you did not know that we were going to have a little bit of a late start. So we will give it some time for people to come on. Hopefully a little notice went out or whatever, just saying that we are here and we are doing Cup to Hook Movie Night. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get ready. Oh, hello. I do see a couple people coming in. So welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. And some people left. So maybe they just were new and had never been a part of our movie night and was just coming to see what was going on. But hello and welcome to those of you that are here. Glad to have you. We are starting season 5 of Longmire. How exciting. We've got this season and one more season to go. So I'm going to give a few minutes. Everybody was gracious enough to give me a little bit of extra time to get off of Cup to Hook Conversations and head over before heading over to do this live. So I appreciate that. So I'm going to give them a few minutes to join in. And while I am, I'm going to crochet. I am working on the blanket that we are making on Sundays with Yarn Joy Adventures at the moment, which is a new episode series that I have recently put out. So if there is any suggestions of things that you would like to do that maybe we could do during that Yarn Joy Adventure time, let me know and we'll look into it. And of course, when season 4 of Longmire went off, Walt was shot, and that's how it left us hanging. But luckily for us, we didn't have to wait months to find out the result of that. So as soon as everyone gets here, we will talk about it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and continue working on this little baby blanket. Hello, Jen. She says, hello, beautiful again. Well, hello to you again as well. And right back at you, my friend. The beautiful that is. So are you excited? Oh my gosh. I was just saying that, you know, when season 4 ended, Walt had been shot. And I'm so thankful that we did not have to wait months and months and months to see what happened. And if I remember correctly, if my memory is serving me well, you said that you are now at the part of the series where you and Mike had not seen it. So you will be watching it with us. Is that correct? Jen says, have you heard of a Lori Armstrong in chats on YouTube? I have not. Why do you ask? And she says that's correct. So she will be watching these episodes with us for the first time. So, hello, Anna. She says, hello, Cynthia and everyone. And there are those infamous, famous, wonderful hugs that she gives. Love those hugs. And Roseanne, hello, my friend. She says, hello, everyone. Jen says she has 2 young ladies in their family. Wait a minute. She has 2 young ladies in their family that just lost their unborn babies. Oh my gosh. Jen says, hi, Anna. Anna says, I won't be on long tonight. Couldn't sleep last night, so tonight I can't stay awake. Well, I certainly understand that, so you stay with us as long as you can. I kind of did things up a little bit differently. So, I mean, as far as the, movie end of it goes, they shouldn't take us too terribly long to go through. Now, it's the conversations afterwards that I cannot guarantee. So if y'all will pardon me for just a minute, I want to write this name down and do some research. Jen, you said her name was Lori Armstrong. Oh my gosh. I'm going to look into that, Jen. All right. Jen says, hi, Roseanne. Anna says, hi, Jen and Roseanne. And Anna says, oh my goodness, Jen, that is horrible. Anna says, can I say I was right? Hang on, Anna. Yes, you can. I went back to look at your answers. See, I wrote them down. And Anna had said Donna's patient. So, yes, you can say you were right. Jen says, I saw it just a little bit ago under Granny D. Oh, okay. So, thank you, Jen. I will look into that. And of course, I'm going to add her to our prayer list, even if I have to kind of put it under the unspoken because I don't have permission. Jen says her community page. Okay. Anna says, Cynthia, for your cluster stitch baby blanket, what yarn do you think would be good for a little girl baby? Well, I mean, the colors I'm using, I feel, could be boy or girl, but I mean, any baby yarn. I'm currently using Loops and Threads Snuggly Wuggly. I am so in love with this stitch that I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see it because, my wonderful husband installed these fabulous lights in here. So they do create quite a glare. But I've got this cake pop yarn right here. I'm planning on making a blanket using the same stitch, using some of that yarn. And this yarn right here, that is that, Todd. Can I borrow you? And I love you because you're going to end up having to get on camera. But that's actually sweet rolls right there. I do have some of the candy pop or whatever you call it. And then even down here, these DK colors. Caron Simply Soft would be beautiful with that stitch. See those yarns right there that have like the pink and the white right in the front, right by the Cynthia's Craft? Can you hand me one of those? No. Over here, baby. See the Cynthia's Craft room? Yep. And for those of you that were on my conversation video, that Cynthia's Craft Room sign right there. The same lady that just brought me those plants and Cinnabons. I'm assuming that's what they are. She made that sign for me. Okay. I personally, Anna, am also going to use this type of yarn to make one. And it's the Bernat Baby Coordinates. I could not remember. And it is 75% acrylic, 22% rayon, and 2.6 nylon. Now, there's a lot of yarn, and if you can see that really close, it's got like a crinkly look to it. But with that textured stitch and this textured yarn, I really can't wait to see what it comes out looking like in that. But there's a lot of other yarns out there that I've not ever tried, and some of that, it looks junky, but I promise you it's not. This big flowered Pioneer Woman bag right here, that's all my scrap yarn. Any scrap yarn I have is in there. Right above that, in that basket right there, and I forgot about that basket when I was going around the room talking about my baskets in my last live, but that basket there is full of all that yarn that Kelly Platter sent me. There's like Bamboo Joy yarn in there that's really soft and plush. It's like a 3-weight, I believe. I mean, any of those, that Bamboo Joy is a lot to me like the Quran Simply Soft, except for Bamboo Joy is nicer. So really anything. I haven't said Red Heart because I just don't know. Because it's a little bit of a thicker, even if they're 4-weight and 4-weight, it's just a little bit of a thicker fiber still. And I just don't know. I might have to play with that. But that requires a lot of time, and I don't know if I have that kind of time right now. So we'll see. But those are just some of my suggestions. But trust me, I definitely don't have it all together, but I just explore and play. So I hope that was helpful. Anna says, woot, woot, woot. I know, right? I'm so excited. Up, they were saying, hello, Mr. Joyful.
Hello.
He says, hello. I don't know if you heard that. And Jen says, hi, Todd again. He's giggling. He says, hello. How are you doing? I'm not sure if you're asking that of me or if you're asking that of him. I think he's just happy that you guys are entertaining me, and he has a night to play his games. He's tired. Me, I'm doing good. I don't know if you heard, I fell this week, but I'm coming back very slowly but surely from that fall. But other than that, I'm doing good. Today has been a good day. Yesterday, not so much. And even this morning with the rain, we had a lot of rain here. It was cold. You guys, even at 12:30 today, we had not opened the curtains in the living room yet because Miss Beverly was here with me. Bless her heart. We took her home tonight, or Todd took her home, so she could have the weekend to relax. And I think Monday I'm going to try again to be by myself. This time I'm going to leave the fall part out. Physical therapy will be coming again. But anyway, at 12:30 today, the curtains were still closed. And it was still pretty dark in the living room. And I was actually in here working on the Bible study video. And when I finished and I turned around and looked in there, they were sitting in there in the dark. They weren't even watching TV. This is my daughter-in-law. And of course, they had the grandbaby, and then Beverly. And love Beverly, but she's plays games on her phone, so she didn't really need light for that. And, you know, Angel was nursing and trying to put Violet to sleep. So anyway, I was like, y'all can turn the lights on or you can open up the curtains. Well, Beverly opened the curtains up, and it still wasn't very bright, but you at least had some sunlight, some daylight coming through. So it was pretty cloudy today and cold. And of course, not as cold as some of you guys are experiencing because I'm way further south than you are. But for me, it was cold. My leg didn't like it, and the rain. So I had a kind of rough morning. But this afternoon and right now, I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm doing good. Good, good, good. I'm ready to spend a weekend of just crocheting. I've got my videos done, and so I'm ready to just concentrate on crocheting and then starting Monday morning all over with videos. So, very, very excited. What is on the menu this weekend? Crocheting. What is on the menu this weekend? Crocheting. All right. Anna says, I may have to look into Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn soft. I've not heard of that, so I'll have to look into that too. But I've heard, and if you were on Cup to Hook Conversations, and Grandma Anna, I don't think you were, we were talking about how Michaels has new yarn out. I particularly don't have luck with Michaels because when I could go into the store, the shelves were empty. And when I would go online, everything was sold out. But other people are having success getting the new Michaels yarn. So I'm curious to see what the new Michaels yarn is. I do have a Crystal with Bag a Day video tag to watch because she was one of them that got some of the new Michaels yarn. And I do not recall the other person that I tagged, but I'm curious to see what it is. And I'm excited. So Anna says, yes, it was. Thank you. Well, I'm glad. Anna says, of you, laugh out loud. Anna says, how is your leg? All right, I've already answered that. Jen says, you should have PT put you in bed when they are done and you should rest. Why, where's the fun in that? Trust me, I sleep enough. But anyway. All right, ladies. Oh my gosh, let's dive into Longmire. Well, first off, how about that first episode? Boy, I think that's the most gruesome. And it's so funny because Beverly, you know, she's never seen Longmire. She doesn't really watch a whole lot of TV in general, which I have no earthly idea how we've connected over the years because I'm a big movie watcher. I love watching TV shows. You know, I don't think there's a night of the week, except for maybe Saturday, that somewhere, spring, summer, winter, and fall, I don't have something recording on the DVR. And so, yeah. But it starts, and it has this gory graphic scene, and she's just like, you know, and I'm getting ready. I'm getting the book over, and I'm writing season 5, episode 1, and all of a sudden I hear, oh my goodness. And I look up and I just see blood. I was like, I promise it's not always like that. But anyway, how about that though? So the first episode is called A Fog That Won't Lift. And I am going to take a quick look real quick because I didn't catch the second title and it was One Good Memory. Okay, so before we get started, and I'm a little, okay, One Good Memory. Let me write this down. And then before we get started, I have to write your names on the board. So everyone help me realize who's here. So if you will, just give me some kind of thumbs up, emoji, or type your name in, whatever, so I can make sure I've got you. I know Jen was the first one in, so I've got Jen. That's a really light marker. Let me see if I can get one that's writing a little bit darker. Anna says I am for a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's see. We've got Jen, Roseanne, Anna. Hey, Viola. All right. Viola. And you guys, Penny wasn't feeling good, so she told me in Cup to Hook Conversations that she would not be with us this evening. So you guys just keep her in your prayers, as well as Anna. And Viola says, she says, I'm here. Hi. Roseanne says, hi, Viola. Jen says, hi, Viola. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you something. So as far as picking colors, we are a little bit ahead with picking colors from the videos. So I still have, let me just take a minute and guess. We've got one I know for sure because we've got the other arrow. Then to finish the center part, we still have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've picked colors for 4 sections to complete. So that's how far ahead in picking colors we are. We're very, very close. There'll be a little bit more, just a little bit, past this big patch of what we're doing now. And then we'll start the border. So what I'm going to do, because again, on this blanket, it's kind of creating as I go, whereas the other Longmire blanket that I'm working on, and I have no idea when that one will debut and be a tutorial, or crochet along, I guess I should call it, because that blanket is going to be completely designed before it's ever started. So this is what I am asking and putting for maybe tonight and next Friday. What I'm going to do is we're still going to collect points, and I'm going to hang on to those points that everybody gets, because we're not going to technically pick colors tonight and possibly not next Friday. And that gives us a chance to get caught up with the tutorials. And then when it comes time for us to pick colors again, we're going to take these nights and put those into play before the current night, if that we're on, if that makes any sense. So we technically won't pick colors tonight, but we will again soon. I hope that makes sense, to give me some time to get the rest of this part of the blanket designed. So anyway, so it all still matters and it all still counts. Okay, I hope that was understandable. Anna says, hi, Viola. And Viola says, hi, Roseanne and Jen and Anna. And Roseanne says, sounds good. So good. That was clear. I'm glad. Okay, good, Viola, for confirming that. She says, that's fine. I was just aiming to get a point. Laugh out loud. Well, you're going to be happy, Viola, because when we get to our next series, things as far as points go are going to be a little bit different, because the points for every question asked, if you get the answer correct, it won't necessarily, okay, if you get the correct answer in first, you will get 2 points for that question. But if you still give a correct answer, you'll get a point. Because with those projects, it won't be like a tutorial every week like it's been with the Longmire blanket, because in the beginning, we'll kind of get that repeat pattern, and we'll repeat it and change colors according to our personal desire for our blanket. So we won't per se be picking colors. However, I will be gathering those points, because those points will win you opportunities for something else under the Call the Midwife. So that's all I can say, because I don't want to give away anything. So In our next movie series, correct answers will always be rewarded, regardless of how you ring in with it. Okay. So hopefully you'll get a point in the Longmire, but if not, you definitely will in the next one. That is a guarantee. And it says, will we be able to change our colorway on the second Longmire blanket? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am not so sure that I'm going to do it for, say, like this one, where we pick the 12 colors. I think what I am going to do is concentrate more on the actual design. And when the tutorial segments come out for each section of the crochet along, at the very beginning of the section, I will show you the complete or the finished section the way I did it, meaning the colors I used. And then that way you can say, oh, this is what this section is going to be. And then you can pick your own colors. Because I think what I'm going to do is try to be creative and fun. And I might just kind of have still the 12 color kind of frame, so to speak. And I might sign like to 1, my yellow family, to 2, my green family, to 3, my blue family, to 4, my pink family, to 5, my variegated blues, to 6, my variegated reds, to 8, so forth like that. And then what I'm thinking about doing is for each section, I'll roll the die, whatever I get, I will say, hey, Todd, I need you to come look in my pink section and just pick a color yarn. So in that part of the blanket, it might be a light pink. And then say down in section 7, I end up in the pink family again. And my daughter-in-law comes in and she picks one. She might pick a variegated pink that's pink and white with a little bit of blue in it. Who knows? So I'm thinking about doing it because I want it to be fun. I am so much a creature of habit, but when it comes to creativity, I am all over the canvas, meaning my brain is constantly ping, 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 ping. And I love changing things up, you know? So, yeah. Just like Anna, you were talking about the textured cluster stitch baby blanket. Well, even the Call the Midwife projects, if you're choosing your own colors and you're determining how often you change those colors, or you decide your whole project is going to be one color, how exciting it will be when we get to do a video to show everybody's finished projects and see how the same pattern creates a whole different blanket, especially even with our Longmire blankets now. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's going to be so fun and exciting. I hope that kind of helped answers, but yes, you can pick your own colors for the second Longmire blanket. You can pick your own colors really for this one. I know some are not specifically staying true to, if we say 8, they use their 8. So, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, it's your blanket. It's your masterpiece. It's your creation. And it's got to have your touch and your flair. You have to be proud to have that blanket on display, or proud to give that blanket away. So, and if you give yours away, you're a better person than I am, because I don't want to give mine away. Anyway, just saying. Anna says, please thumb up video. Oh, thank you so kindly. Yes, I would greatly appreciate that. It says there's 9 of you here and I have 4 thumbs up. So if everybody gave me a thumbs up, that would take me to 9 thumbs up instead of 4. So thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Anna says, my daughter has already claimed my Longmire blanket. Laugh out loud. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. All right. So if everyone is ready, I appreciate whoever just gave me that 5th thumbs up. That made my heart smile. We are going to go ahead and get started. So we don't have as many questions, and that's something I'm going to try to be a little bit more conscious of, because I do love our conversations, and I understand that we do tend to go late sometimes, and if everybody's feeling good and up for that, we certainly can. But if not, I don't want anyone to feel like they missed the movie end of it. So what I've decided to do, and again, it's all about change up and keeping it fun and interesting. But tonight we'll have a combination of questions and discussions. And even with that being said, like for example, this episode 1, we only have 27, and that includes questions and discussion. And then episode 2 did go over 30. I think it had 33, has 35. So we almost have in the 2 episodes the amount of questions we were having in one, because we were having anywhere from like 45 to 46 in just one episode in the past. So anyway, all right. Anna says, I was right. Woo woo. Yes, you were. Oh, but I'm so glad she's alive. Anyway, all right. So episode 1, are you guys ready? We've got the chart here. I'm going to try and get it a little bit closer to me. And again, the names that I picked up that were with us right now was Jen, Roseanne, Anna, and Viola. Is there anyone else here that I have missed? Because I certainly do not want to miss or leave anyone out. All right. And again, if you haven't given a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, question 1 is a multiple choice. Anna says, hello, lurkers. Yes, I do love everyone that is here with us, and I'm glad that you are enjoying this Longmire series. So thank you for joining us. Question 1 is a multiple choice. Who came to Walt's rescue? A, Katie, B, Donna, or C, Vic? Oh, and I'm supposed to do my little emoji. I didn't do my emoji, but that's fine. We only have these first answers coming in. Oh, thank you, Anna. She says, cap locks on, please. Yes, that is very helpful. This bright light that he's installed is great, but it does put such a glare on my laptop. And then my eyes, of course, are not, 2020. So the caps help me see the answers much, much better. And in fact, some of these emojis I can't see, so I can't tell what they're. In fact, some of these emojis I can't see, so I can't tell what their little hand gestures are doing. I'm not going to pick them if I can't tell for sure what they are. They're so tiny. Oh, here's some that are bigger. All right. I see what I'm going to use. Y'all will laugh, but I'm actually doing this in honor of my granddaughter and one of the themes that they have going for her. So you'll see it in just a minute. All right. In fact, here it goes. Locking in answers. And they are collecting dinosaurs for her. So we're going to use this little dinosaur emoji tonight. All right. We have all answers of A. And yes, A is the correct answer for Katie. And that point goes to Anna. So woot woot. Look at you, my friend. First one on the board. Anna says, too cute about the dinosaur. All right, question number 2 It is a multiple choice. Who did Katie think Walt was asking for? A, Vic, B, Donna, or C, her mom? Oh, hello, Mayor. Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you. We have just kind of really gotten started. And she says, hi again. Anna's got the little whoop whoop train with the train emoji. Jen says, hi, Mayor. And Anna says, hi, Mayor. Roseanne says, hi, Mayor. And I love it. And Mayor is saying the answer is B, because. Love it. All right. Let me switch my boards around. It'll make it easier for me. Okay. All right. And we're locking in our answers with our little dinosaur there. And let's see. I've got that answer. Looks like everybody has, for the most part, answered with C. And I feel like I've left somebody off my board. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I've got everybody. Okay, so yes, C is the correct answer. He was asking for Katie's mom or his wife. Yes. So the person who rang in with that answer first is Miss Roseanne. So whoop whoop. Roseanne now has her first point on the board. Good job, everyone. Mara says, hi, had to take family call. I certainly understand that. And I am so glad that you are with us. And we will try not to run too late tonight so that I can call you and just check on you on a more personal note. Anna has the little woot woot train and she says, woot woot, Roseanne. All right. Now, our next question, or what I have for number 3, is not really a question. It's just a discussion. So everybody can rest your fingers a minute. And the discussion question, or the topic, is, how about that scene between Henry and Matthias? Oh my gosh. Of course, this is where, it went off on season 4 that Matthias discovered Henry's truck with all the blood in it. And so here he ends up taking blood from Henry as evidence. Oh, shoot, fire. Well, y'all are going to know the answer for the next question, so it'll just be a matter of who gets it in first. Jen says, I didn't see that coming. Yeah, I didn't either. And how they've made this arrangement to work together. But I just didn't see that at all. Because when Matthias and Henry met on the hill, where the Hector letters and stuff come in, Matthias told Henry that all that was going to have to come down, but not until whatever Henry had written on that piece of paper was done, and it had to do with Gabby's rape. Of course, now all that's been, sort of taken care of. Anna says, I figured Matthias would use Henry. And Viola says blackmail. Exactly. So, yeah. But I was even more shocked about the whole drawing of the blood. But, all right. So that leads us into the next question 4. And it was, what kind of evidence did Matthias take from Henry? Was it A, hair sample, B, blood, or C, saliva swab? Roseanne says, I agree with you, Grandma Anna. And of course, that was, she figured that Matthias would use Henry in some way. So, and Mayor, if you're still here playing with this, your B would be a good answer. Just saying. She says B is best. All right, and locking those answers in, and yes, everybody chose B for blood. And Miss Jen got that question first, so Jen has her first point on the board. Whoop, whoop. All right. Now this next one, number 5, it is going to be a true or false question. And then after we answer it, we're going to open it up for a little bit of discussion. And I'm sure y'all will have something to say. So if you're ready, did I do the little... Anna says, whoop, whoop, Jen. Love that little train. All right. Vic kissed Walt. True or false? All right, I think everybody's got their answers in. Anna's like, that hussy. And Roseanne says she couldn't resist it. All right. Jen says, I did not want to see that. Me neither, Jen. You know, you and I are both on the same page with the whole Vic and Walt thing there. Violet says, I must be lagging. Everyone had tea before you asked the question. Oh, okay. So that's not good. So do your little refresh thing. And like Jen has said before, that line that runs across the bottom, drag it and make sure it's all the way to the right. Because I definitely don't want you lagging. In fact, I made my husband help me make sure I was plugged in with the Ethernet cable so I'm not on wireless, just to make sure that hopefully that would keep off any internet trolls, or not trolls, but squirrels that want to cause us to lag. We don't want trolls either, but so hopefully that will help, V. All right. Well, some of y'all have already given your thoughts and opinions. It was funny to me, though, when Walt opened his eyes and she's kissing him, and she's like, I just had to do that before you died. And he's like, I'm not dying. And then I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but there was another moment, and she was over him, helping him. And he's like, are you going to kiss me again? And she's like, no. And then she's like, I just had to get that out of my system. But, oh my gosh, when it was happening, I think I must have said like 4 or 5 times, what? Say what? And Miss Beverly's like, okay, already. You've said that. And I'm like, yeah, but what? I was in shock. I was just like, what is she doing? But, okay, so nobody's talking to me. Did I lose everyone? Oh, there's Anna. She says, I was like, what? Oh, I think she's saying I was like, that slut. But I was like, what? What? No way. No way. I was so shocked. And then she stands back up just in time for Katie to walk in the room. And I was just like, what? I know, Violet. She has been after him. And even as everything progresses and she realizes that they need to be looking for Donna, y'all, we'll get to it. But some of these classic scenes of like some of the stuff that she finds and realizes that, okay, this relationship with Donna and Walt is a little bit more serious than Vic thought. And Oh my gosh, we're in trouble with the way episode 2 ended. Yeah, we'll get there. Jen was like, no way. Oh, she's like, I was like, get off of him. I know, right? I mean, again, to me, I just look at him as her mentor, her, boss, like her father figure. And it was just like, ew, I don't want to see this. But to me, they just don't connect. And I get, that's my opinion. And then some of you may be excited that this is happening. This might be what you're cheering for. And I still want you to tell me that because, I mean, I value so that if at the end of season, 7 or whatever, 6, we're on 5, end of season 6, they get together, I can be happy for you. But anyway, Jen's like, no way. And Viola's like, no, no, no. Okay. That's how I feel too. But that's our opinions, and not everybody has to agree. But yeah. But I knew we would have a talk about that because I was like, what? Hold the remote. Pause. And then I'm like, no, unpause. I don't want to hold it there. Anna says, not her, not now. I like Walt and Donna. I do like Walt and Donna. And I have to say, I must admit, because I was a big Walt and Lizzie fan, but I'm an even bigger Walt and Donna fan. Like, there's nothing wrong with Lizzie. She had a pep in her step and she brought some spice to his life, but Donna seems more grounded. And Walt is definitely an old school kind of, small town grounded guy. And I kind of feel like Donna is the same way. And even though she has all these patients, Walt is not always forthcoming with how he feels. And with her job, she can't always be forthcoming with what she's doing. And I just feel like they complete each other, like they are the perfect, two pieces of a heart that just come together. That would have been interesting, Jen. Okay, backing up to Anna. Not her. Okay. Yes, Jen. Jen says, I almost thought that Lizzie might have done this. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that would have been interesting. It definitely would have given the season a flair. That's for sure. All right. So moving on to the next one. It's going to be multiple choice. Let me get my little emoji in here. And I'm in a little bit of a bind because it has gotten really cold in here. And I can tell my husband's gone to sleep. So there's the emoji. Point goes to who? Oh, my bad. My bad. Thank you. So everyone rang in with true. And the point goes to Miss Roseanne. So you guys congratulate. Whoops. Oh, now I'm in really big trouble. I just dropped my marker. All right. Dang it. Let me get all my brakes off. Well, I'm glad we're all good friends because y'all are getting to see the not so pretty. I'm going to try. I may have to go over it and try to get it with this other side. Sorry. I should have locked that before I did that. All right. What did he do? I asked him to put the remotes over here, and I don't see where he put the remotes. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is so cold in here. And without figuring out where he put the remotes, I can't change the heater. And they go up there, but I don't know what he did with them. I'm sorry, y'all. It's like really gotten cold in here. It got warm in here because this room heats up really well. I really don't see. Let me see if he forgot to even get them and if they're still over here on this table. I apologize that I'm wasting y'all's time. Ugh, I see what he did with them. He put them all the way over on my sewing machine. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm going to grab my Longmire blanket to keep me warm. Hang on. I'm going to try to grab my Longmire blanket. Yay. I don't know if I can do this. I'm so sorry that I'm taking up so much time, but it is really cold in here. And if I don't cover up my leg, and I'm sliding out of this wheelchair, I will not make it because it just gets really painful. Well, this is my life. The struggle is real sometimes. And I don't have a choice. I can't get it. So I'm going to have to wake him up. Let me go ahead and answer this question with y'all, and we'll ask the next one. Please forgive me. Let's see. You guys are saying all kinds of things. Roseanne has a smiley emoji thanking y'all for her success on that point. Roseanne says, thanks. Jen says, call to Todd. I'm going to have to. Viola says, yay, Roseanne. Jen says, call Todd. I'm sorry. I'm gathering. I made you nervous. Anna says, you need one of those grabber bars. You know what? I have one. It's over there on the table that's beside my potty chair, which that's why things look kind of funky and you're seeing more of this corner because I don't want y'all to see my potty chair. But it's over there because it actually helps me get dressed. But it doesn't do me any good over there. And unfortunately, because he plans to be here to help me get out of the wheelchair, he literally has my walker over there by the remote. And I would guess they are probably a good 10 to 12 feet away from me. And yeah. One morning, Friday morning, the first day that I was by myself. I've only been by myself since I've been home from surgery. Last Friday and this past Monday, my first day by myself. Friday morning, I wake up. I'm feeling good. I got the house to myself. Nobody's there. Miss Beverly's been sent home. My daughter-in-law's not coming. My granddaughter's not coming. It was my first time physically with somebody not there, touching me, helping me in my face in a good way. And I could breathe. And I was so excited. And I closed the recliner and I was ready to get up and go to the bathroom and start my day. My walker's way over here and my wheelchair's way over here. And I thought, holy crap. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry, y'all. That was ugly. I'm sorry. But I was like, I can't go anywhere. And I have no crochet. I was like, what am I going to do? Well, do you think that I was going to sit there all day and not have crochet, pee in my pull-up? Yeah, that sounds so awful. I shouldn't be telling y'all that. No, I wasn't. So you know what I did? I took the heating pad, and this heating pad that he bought me, it is long enough that I kid you not, it covers from the top of my thigh all the way to the top of my ankle. It is a wonderful heating pad. I unplugged it because we have these little plug-ins in our recliner chairs. I unplugged it. I took the cover off of it because the living room is the only room that the dogs are allowed in. And of course, you know, I'm not vacuuming every day like I normally would, and I'm not asking him to because he has a lot on his plate. So I took the cover of it off, so it was just the plastic heating pad, so no dog hair would get on it. And I used that heating pad as like a lasso. And it took me 13 times. But the 13th time, I lassoed that walker, and I was able to walk it to me to get up. I was not getting stuck in that chair. But anyway, excuse me a minute. Todd. 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 I am truly sorry to bother you, but my walker is there and I can't reach it, and so is the remote. I was looking for the remotes. I thought they were going to be over here. It's just gotten really cold in here, and it's making my leg. And if it's possible to bring that heating pad and plug it in here, and I could put it on my leg, and that would help a lot. But I'm sorry to have woke you up. Now I gotta get my leg back up. You guys, I'm sorry. Once I get settled, we will not talk about our leg again. We will not talk about surgery. We will not talk about wheelchairs, potty chairs. We're gonna play this game. Dang it. And I'm really embarrassed to be doing this on. I can't get it up. You can tell it's the end of the day and I'm really tired. I can't get. I'm sorry. Just I get so close. I'm sorry. It's just sorry.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, on 3, 2, 3. Flip. Go, go. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, here's the heating pad. Look at that. I know. I was telling them about it.
Okay.
About how extra long it is. Is that not cool? And so, yeah, it literally goes from the top of my thigh to the top of my ankle. And I can wrap it around my leg. And oh my gosh, it feels so good. And it is on. All right. So we're set. He brought the remote. Turn this fireplace up. Oh, yeah, I have it sitting on 68. No wonder it's so cold in here. Okay. All right. Thank y'all. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Don't stretch your back, says Jen. Right? That would be my biggest downfall right there. Falling would not have been my worst mistake. Jen says, yes, Grandma Anna, get a grabber thingy. Yes, I love mine. How I've lived without it for other things, I have no idea. Violet says, I hate being cold. Me too. Jen says, ooh, sneak peek. Oh, yeah, you would have. Oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. Oh, sorry, I couldn't reach it. Anna says, please be careful, not worried about anything but you. Viola says, and they say 13 is unlucky. Right? But that's what it took, was 13, and I got it. And let's see. Anna says, please don't apologize. Yeah, but y'all didn't come on here to watch that. Jen says, did he grab your marker? No, I actually got it myself. Thank you. I just had to turn the wheelchair and get it with my left side because I have more flexibility. I'm not supposed to be bending in either direction, but it wasn't that far. She says, okay, I see it. And Anna says, we came to be with you. Okay. There's no crying on movie night unless it's a great scene. I love y'all. Thank you. All right. So we're ready. But let's see here. We should have some answers. All right. So that would not have been an answer. That would have been an answer. So you guys, I'm got a reward too. So let's back up here. Because I know we didn't do all the one on Vic kissing Walt, did we? Yes, so Roseanne got that point. All right. This one here, B, blood, and Jen got that point. I'm missing something because we should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, no, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we should have 4 points. I've only got 3 marked. So this last one was to Roseanne. All right. So I've got Jen with 1 point, Roseanne with 2, and Anna with 1. All right. Now we're all together. Roseanne, I just caught your comment. I'm sorry I missed it. She says she couldn't resist it. I know, right? I'm going to tell you what, though. Walt woke up coming out of anesthesia a lot more gracefully than I did, especially that second time. So, all right, little dinosaur. Got little dino in here, and we're ready to go. Next question is multiple choice. Who did the nurse say release Browning? A, Sheriff Walt, B, Sheriff Wilkins, or C, Ferg? What is this? Mayor says, bold, big belly last because you are pretty inside and out. Oh, thank you. And I was waiting to see if Mayor was going to answer with her famous B. But everyone else has rang in with the answer of B. And I'm going to go ahead and insert Mr. Dino there. And yes, the correct answer is B. It was Sheriff Wilkins. And we have someone that's coming up and tying with Roseanne with 2 points. And that is, whoop, whoop, Anna. All right. Next question is also a multiple choice question. And Anna says, whoop, whoop, with her little emoji train. So I love that train. I absolutely love that train. Oh, you guys, when I was going through and getting some emojis together to work on the intro video for the series that I just started called My Joyful Life, I actually found one with my emoji going, woot! And I downloaded that one because I was like, somewhere, somehow, I'm going to use that emoji. So maybe you'll see it in the next movie series. Who knows? Jen says, way to go, Anna. Absolutely. All right, so here we go with the next multiple choice question. Who did Vic say the shooting may have been about? A, Walt, B, Donna, or C, Henry? Anna says, thank you. Mare says, B, buzzing around. Oh my gosh, you know what? Ah, that's so funny. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so everybody has rung in. Let me get the little dono here. And yes, everyone answered with B for Donna. And Mayor, with your answer B buzzing around, that got you that point. So welcome. Okay, Viola, everyone has a point on the board. So I'm ready for your fast fingers on this next one. So let me see if you're ready. Anna says, whoop, whoop, Mayor. All right, you ready? Who did Ferg say they should look for? A, Browning, B, Donna's patient, or C, Zach? Okay, everyone has answered. V, did you see me cheat and try to give you that answer before I read the question? When I said, let me see if you're ready. So we have some, like Mayor, who said B for the answer. Shocker. And everyone else said C. Mayor says, thanks, Anna. Jen says, I did so. I held back. Oh, thank you for trying to help V out, but it didn't work. Viola says, nuts. See, I was trying to help you, my friend. So C is the correct answer, and it was Zach. And the person who got that right is Anna, and she now has the lead with 3 points. All right, so there's our little dino. And Anna says, woot, woot, with her emoji train. All right, next question is true or false. Roseanne says, yay, Anna. All right, so we're looking for a T or an F. Walt was shot with his own rifle. Mayor, I love you. Mayor says F for fun. All right. Anna says laugh out loud, hugs Mayor. Okay, so all of our answers are in. And yes, the correct answer is true. He was shot with his own rifle. And I cannot wait till we get to the end of episode 2 to talk about this more, because there's so much I want to say right now, but I will hold it. All right, so that point goes to Miss Anna, and she's pulling away, you guys. Whoop, whoop. So her train is like way out of the station right now. All right. So this next question is multiple choice. And Anna's got her little emoji train, and she says, whoop, whoop. All right. Grandma Anna says, trying to stay awake. All right. Well, this next question is multiple choice. So be ready. And I hope everyone is awake. And the question is, what did Vic find? A, Donna's bra and wallet. B, a bullet, or C, a shoe print? V, I tried to help you again, my friend, when I said I hope everybody is awake. Mara says B here or B square. So yes, everyone, the answer is A. And Anna, you have someone that is coming up on your train track, honey. She says you are not going to pull this train away from her. And Miss Roseanne, congratulations. You got that point. V says, I have the slowest fingers in the West. Well, I'm trying to give you the answer before the question. Roseanne says, laugh out loud. And Anna says, woot, woot, Roseanne. And her little emoji choo-choo train. Y'all, this heating pad is like, oh, heaven. All right. The next question is multiple choice. What did Ferg find? A, Donna. B, Walt's Bronco. Or C, Walt's rifle. Oh, I didn't put my, oh yeah, we're good. We're good. I was going to say I didn't put the dino in, but we're good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there we go. There's Miss Anna. All right, so it looks like everyone has rung in with B for Walt's Bronco, and that is the correct answer. And if you didn't know, when I did that answer, I purposely chose it to go in B for like B for Bronco. So little hint there, but anyway. And our winner of that says BU is Mare. So Mare now has 2 points on the board. So we have Anna with 4, Roseanne with 3, Mare with 2, Jen with 1, and V in Anna's old number 1 spot. And Grandma Anna says, woot, woot, Mare, right? All right. Our next question is a discussion. And this is about, oh my gosh, this was great. This is about Walt and Vic at Donna's clinic. This is when they went over to the clinic and was trying to see if they could get some of Donna's files. And of course, they're not going to let them. And Walt passes out. What is that Mare's got on there? It looks like 3 eyes. I'm not sure. Oh, 111 maybe? I'm not sure. So Walt passes out. Vic thinks he's faking. Mare says, laugh out loud, train derailment coming. Love it. Love, love, love it. Anna says, number 1. Anna says, laugh out loud, Mare. But so Vic thinks he's like brilliant, you know, because she thinks he's faking, and he did that to distract. And when he fell, he actually pulls the phone line out so that the nurse cannot make a call from that phone and has to leave to go to another phone. And then Vic runs over to the filing cabinet, and she's just pulling files and throwing them out this window she's open. And then she's like, come help me, come help me. And then she finally realizes he's not getting up. And oh my gosh, it was just a classic scene. And that's where he said, are you going to kiss me again? So go ahead and give me your thoughts on that scene, because I thought it was hilarious. I will admit, at first, I did too. I thought he was faking. I thought he had done it on purpose. But he didn't. Oh, I missed that, Jen. So thank you for correcting it. So it wasn't Walt. It wasn't Walt that pulled it out on the way down. She says, no, Vic pulls out the cord so the lady doesn't stay in the room. Okay, which makes more sense anyway. And why she thinks that, she's kind of following Walt's lead and coming up with this great flair of the dramatics to get these files. But, which is kind of funny because how'd she know that window was going to open like that? But anyway. So, anybody have anything else they want to add to that scene? Anna says she thought Walt was faking. Yeah, she thought he was faking. She thought he'd come up with this brilliant plan and she was just jumping right in and playing along. And it took her a hot minute to realize it, but she got a good bit of files thrown out there on the ground. Exactly, V. I don't know how the nurse didn't realize the window was open, especially when she came back into the room, because, I mean, even if, let's just think about it, where they're at, it's going to be warm a little bit there. Even though, well, they do wear jackets, so there might have been a cool breeze coming through, but you can tell when a window's open. So, yeah, I found that kind of. Jen says, it's funny she just chucked out those files. I know, I was just like, this is so Vic, It's just so her style. And then Anna says, I have to go to bed. Hugs and have fun, everyone. Oh, well, thank you for hanging out with us. And I know you're not feeling well, but I appreciate you giving us some time. And she's got all of her little woot woot train emojis there. Love, love, love. Sleep well, my friend. And I hope you have a good night's rest. Because as I'm being told, rest is some of the greatest healing. Jen says, oh, bye, Grandma Anna. Roseanne says, good night, Grandma Anna. V says, the blinds too. Right. Very good observation, Viola. You are so right. She did open up those blinds. And that, to me, to be honest, and even though I watched her do it, but in the discussion here, I really didn't zone in on that. And I'm normally a very observant person. And if I were to walk back, and even though it wasn't her office, but, they work with Donna, so they're in and out of her office. They know what her preferences are. And that is something that I would have actually probably noticed the blinds being up before I even noticed the window open. And so very, very astute point to make there. Viola says, good night, Anna. Sweet dreams. Absolutely. All right. So yeah, but a lot of humor was in that scene, even though it was not cool that Walt fainted, but Vic and just more of her personality with throwing the files out the window, and then again that whole scene between her and Walt when she realizes that he's not faking, and he kind of comes back to, and he's looking up and she's leaning over him and he's like, you're not going to kiss me again. So even in his delirious drowsy state, apparently he truly remembers that she kissed him. So, all right. Next question is multiple choice. This was kind of another classic little scene. What did Walt throw out the truck window? Is it A? I don't think I need to put my dinosaur in, but just in case I will. Is it A, a piece of paper, B, he spit a pill out, or C, a Kleenex? Viola. And that's an easy question because, first off, and I know y'all are still bringing answers in, but everybody's going to get this because obviously he's a sheriff. So, number one, he's not going to litter and throw a piece of paper out the window. And number two, same thing with a Kleenex. So, of course, it is B, spitting a pill out. And seems like I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, I know who I'm missing. I'm missing my Be Joyful friend who rings in with her bees. And so, yes, it is a pill. And guess what? Everyone, there's Mare's bee. All right. Here's my dinosaur. I need everyone to give their biggest whoop, 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 because y'all, Viola got that point. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Viola, you have a point. You're on the board. Yay! Roseanne says, yay, Viola. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Oh, I love it, Roseanne. Look at there, Viola. Roseanne's got hand claps for you and little firework party favors. Jen says, I can't believe that Vic backed. Oh, shh. I know. That was like so awesome, Jen. She says, I can't believe that Vic backed up and picked it up and made Walt swallow it. And Viola has a little rocket emoji. Mare says, congrats, B is best. Jen says, nice job, Viola. And Viola has a big, big smiley face emoji. All right. Oh my gosh. So yes, let's go on. Okay, my apologies. Oh no, I thought the next one was discussion. So I was going to say my apologies, Jen, for saying shh. But it is the next question. And it is true or false. So everyone has the answer. So have your fingers ready. It's either going to be T or F. Need Dino. Oh, sorry. I thought I put him. Well, I did put him in, and then we started congratulating Mare. So I will put him in again. He's right there. All right. So T or F, true or false. Vic backed up to find the pill. Oh, he must be lagging because those were some slow answers coming in. Mare. T for timely. All right. So everyone rang in with T for true. And yes, that is a true statement. She did. She backed up and she found that pill. And as Jen said, she made Walt take it. So the person who rang in first and gets that point is Jen. Woo woo! Congratulations. All right. Next question is also true or false. I will say this. I don't care for Vic and Walt as a couple, but I do love the humor and the playfulness that happens between the two of them. Like, I do feel like they bring a lot of loud and silent humor to the episodes. And so this next question is true or false. And it says, Vic told Walt he looked like a 4-year-old. True or false? All right. Dino is in, and it looks like everyone answered with true. We've got one false. And the correct answer is true. When she made him, close his mouth and swallow, and she held his mouth and nose shut, and then she made him lift his or open his mouth to show that he had swallowed it, and then lift his tongue. She turned around and says, "You look like a 4-year-old." Now, Mayor, you originally rang in and said T for terrific, and then at the bottom you rang in with true again. But technically, your T for terrific came in first. So I'm giving you that point. So you now have 3 points on the board. So we currently have Anna with 4, Roseanne and Mare tied with 3, Jen with 2, and V with 1. Good job, ladies. All right, this next one is multiple choice. Where did Vic take Walt? Did she take him to A, his Bronco, B, the station, or C, Henry's? Viola says, how did I get above the dyno? And she said, what are you for? Jen says, what are you for? Okay. I mean, that might be her specific words, but the point was trying to get at, she was saying he was like a 4-year-old. So I do apologize if that was misleading, Jen. Mare says, cool chugging along. And Mare says, oh, we got answers coming in. All right, Viola, how did I get above the dyno? I'm not sure what you mean about how you got above the dyno. Because after everybody rang in with their answers, I put the dyno in to end the answers. So I'm not sure I'm 100% following. Because I keep putting the dyno in after you answer. But if we do a lot of conversation, I put it in at the beginning. So I hope that's not confusing. All right, so we've got C answers last time. And for the same reason, V, because at the end of your answers, I put the dyno in, but if we have a long conversation, then I put it in at the beginning to just kind of still break it up. So that's why that happened, because your answers still fell in the group with everyone else's. It wasn't like separate. All right, so we've got B and C answers. And the correct answer is C, Henry's. And the person who got that in first is Jen. And now you are tied with Roseanne and Mare. And of course, we know that when Walt got to Henry's, he passed out and went to sleep. And I love that little conversation that Henry kind of had with Walt, even though Walt was asleep, saying, yeah, I've been busy too. Because at this point, technically, they both have been shot. And Walt doesn't know that he shot Henry. And if my memory serves me correctly, I'm not 100% sure that Henry knows that it was Walt that shot him. And so Mare is congratulating Jen and says, yay, Jen. All right. So our next question is true or false? Vic gave Ferg a piece of her nails. He does, Jen. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. She's saying Henry knows it was Walt. Okay. Because I think when Matthias, and Walt and Ferg were doing that investigation, they kind of put it together. And so Matthias had that information. But Walt still doesn't know who he hit. He just knows that the bullet he shot ricocheted off of that rock and hit that person. Mayor, your answer, Testy T. Okay, so I've got almost everybody ringing in with false, and the correct answer is false. She gave him a piece of her hair for the DNA testing, for the hair that Ferg found in the Bronco, because she told Ferg that it could have been hers because her and Eamon had fooled around in the back of the Bronco. And Jen's saying Walt does not know it's Henry. That is correct. That I do know. He definitely does not know that he shot Henry. All right. So let's see. The person who rang in with the correct answer first is Jen. And Jen, you are now tied with Anna for the lead. All right. This next question is multiple choice. So be ready. Who was in Donna's house? A dog, B, Andrew Price, her son, or C, Browning? Yay! I got to help a girl out. So everybody rang in with the letter B, Andrew Price, Donna's son. That is correct. And that answer, that point, I should say, goes to Viola. So yay! Woot woot! All right. Our next question, Viola has a laughing emoji, laughing and crying, and Roseanne says, yay! All right, so this next question is a discussion question, and it says, how did Ferg obtain Tamar Smith, Donna's patient's name? So how about that whole scene? Viola says, I don't think I've ever had to. Well, you do now. Woot woot. So you guys, that whole scene was very classic. Mayor says, very good, Viola. Of course, he's talking to the nurse, and, it's the same nurse that, was standing there when Walt kind of escaped from his bed and was going over to Browning's room to find an older lady in there. But it was the same nurse that Ferg went up to. And Viola says, the nurse who likes him, right? And Jen says, oh my gosh, I can't believe the nurse did that, right? That's a very big no-no in real life. But the way she gave it to him, too, I mean, and it took him a minute. It took him a minute to realize what she was doing. Roseanne says, maybe that nurse had a fancy to Ferg. Yeah, you think? I mean, whew, her little face lit up when she was talking to him. And then she's like, and, you didn't hear it from me, but the whole way she said it was really cute. That was kind of a classic scene. In real life, it's a real big no-no. Big, huge no-no. But for the show, it was kind of cute. And yes, it was very clear that she fancied Ferg. So, yes, Viola, she says, cute together. Jen says, oh, Roseanne, thinking deep there. But oh my gosh, it was a cute scene though. But so, and she was a cute little girl, you know. I could see Ferg with her. But anyway, the only bad thing is if we took it, prospectively, the only bad thing is I want Ferg to have someone who, you know, is on the up and up, and she clearly broke HIPAA. But anyway, Roseanne has kitty cat heart eyes. I would see them together. Yes, me too, Jen. And Roseanne has a smiley face emoji. All right. Our next question is true or false? Andrew and Donna have a close relationship. Viola says, all for love. Yes, yes, me too, Viola. And then Mare says, Fergalicious. I love it. All right. And all our answers are in, and everyone said false. And of course, it's false. They do not have a close relationship whatsoever. And oh my goodness, guess who took that point and is now tied with Jen and Anna? Mare, you did it, my friend. Woo, woo, woo. So, Mare, Jen, and Anna all have 4, Roseanne 3, and Viola 2. You guys, this is awesome. Roseanne says, yay, Mare. Viola says, yay, Mare. Oh my gosh, this is great. Jen says, whoop, whoop, Mare. All right. All right, so this next one's kind of a discussion. This is the visit that Walt and Vic took to Tamar's house. All right. And they're questioning her, and she's giving away. My heating pad's getting a little bit hot, so I got to turn it down. She's kind of saying that Donna does house calls. And what else notes it? All right. She kind of had a weird reaction about the van being firebombed, and then her reactions with the pictures when she's telling Walt and she's showing him the pictures, that he reminds her a lot of her commanding officer in the fact that, he makes commands, and he's kind of aggressive. And I'm going to be honest, it makes sense to me now, but at the time when that scene happened, I was just kind of like, huh? I mean, he was just asking her questions. And where did he come off, in a way that made him appear to be aggressive? And I found that kind of funny, but we didn't really know what her trauma was. And clearly she's got trauma. Of course, now we know. But anyway. Mare says, laugh out loud. Miracles do happen. Be positive. Be positive. V says, she is basically telling him she was raped and Walt is intimidating her. Exactly, Viola. But I still felt like, I get she's telling him what happened. But at the same token, I was just kind of taken back because I didn't feel like he was, I've seen him interrogate some people, and I just didn't feel like he was being overly aggressive. But in her mind, because of what she's been through, it's not going to matter who the male is. She's going to automatically take that step back and try to put that huge defense wall between that person and her. And she's always going to automatically, in her mind, assume male danger. So that I get now that I know the full story. Jen says, me too, huh? It stuck with me, right? I agree. Viola says, I he's big too. Now, that's a good reason. I can see that. It wasn't so much the way he was saying things and what he was saying. It could very well be his size because, obviously when you're being raped, the size of your rapist, I mean, that intimidation. So that makes a very, very good point, Viola. Good job. All right. Roseanne says, yes, so true. Absolutely. All righty. And in a minute, I'm going to show y'all this blanket, even though I've only got the first row of the gray done with it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. All right. Mr. Dino in. And all right, so the next question is also a discussion question, and it was about Katie and the conversation between her and Walt about secrets. And Katie was like, I have secrets of my own. And Walt was like, what secrets? And she's like, we'll talk about it later. And of course, in the conversation, she told her biggest secret, which was she was working for Jacob Nighthorse. And it was very clear that Walt was not happy about that. So anybody got anything they want to add about that scene? But I do think when she explained, Violet says, I felt bad for her. I did too. And I felt like when she explained to Walt why she was doing it, that deep down he got it. And it's just kind of like, it's kind of like today with the lottery. Some people are so against the lottery, but the lottery does do good things for like our schools. And, so it's the same thing with the casino. Why not take that money and turn it into something good? So, Roseanne says, how did she get the black eye? I don't know. And they never explain that. And I'm trying to think back because the last couple scenes that I remember seeing with her, because, Walt asked her about that and she told him not to worry about it. She was fine. Was when she walked in on Vic and Eamon, but nothing happened there. It seems like there was an episode with her with Henry, but nothing happened there. Then there was a conversation with her and Jacob. Nothing happened there. So unless, I don't know, I was going to say one of the people that she's trying to investigate for on the res, but it doesn't say. At least I didn't see. Did anybody else? Let's see. Jen says that was deep. Yes, it was. And Jen says, how did she get the black eye? I noticed it right away. Jen says, laugh out loud, Roseanne. Viola says, she wants to help people, the Indians in particular. The casino isn't going away. And that's very true, V. And so why not take that money and turn it good? And I agree with her. Roseanne's like, yeah, we don't know how she got the black eye. And it was a pretty good shiner, too. So, all right. The next question is multiple choice. What made Walt realize that Donna was also shot? A, blood in Bronco. B, blood on the sheet Katie used on Walt. Or C, Walt remembered. Right, Jen. She says, I agree too, but if she's going to get hurt, then no. Yeah. Because, I mean, as far as we know, there's no, particular men in her life that she's seeing that could have come from. she seems to be kind of blowing it off like it's not a big deal. So it's clearly not like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. All right, so all your answers are coming in, and you have all responded with B. And yes, B is the correct answer. There was blood on the sheet that Katie used to help stop the bleeding from Walt. And the person who gets the point for that is, whoop, whoop, Miss Roseanne. Oh, that's a good thought, Roseanne. She says maybe she's with that lawyer. So maybe they had sex and it got wild or something, and that's why she's not concerned. I don't know. But yeah, they did not make that clear. Viola says, wasn't someone drunk in the bar and hit her by accident? Or was that some other episode? Well, the only episode I remember of someone hitting somebody was when Walt hit Vic. I'm trying to think, Viola. You now have me thinking. And Roseanne says, yeah. And then Viola says, what episode, Roseanne? Wow. It's terrible getting older and you can't necessarily remember things. Wow. Okay. So I gave Roseanne the point. Roseanne says, All right. So we now have Mayor, Jen, Roseanne, and Anna all with 4 and Viola with 2. I know Viola, right? I'll have to go back and see too, she says. I think it was a different episode, Jen says. Yeah, because I have this vague recollection of a fight at the Red Pony when she was a waitress. But even if she got hit there, that was way back. That black eye would have healed by now. So this shiner is from something completely different. Jen says, but not Katie getting hit. Roseanne says, good question, Viola. Roseanne says, right. And who knows, maybe it'll come out in one of the next episodes. So we'll see. All right. Next question is a discussion question. And it's just bringing up Duncan Butler. He thought Walt and them were there because of the loud music and that the Reynolds had complained. He was alibied on his job, that he was working when the van was firebombed and Walt was shot. And he admitted that he was upset with Donna, and he was upset with her because of the very fact that the sheriff knew that he was one of her patients. And then all of a sudden, he goes into this frenzy and grabs a gun and he wants to go find her. So anybody have any thoughts and comments that they want to share about that whole scene? And then Walt was like telling Vic to go search the house and the premises. And then he's like, well, you can do that, but the longer you take to do that, the longer, she's out there and we can't find her. So I do feel like Excuse me. I do feel like in that moment he was being genuine. And of course, having watched the episodes, we know that he was. Oh, wow. So Jen says he was a wild card. Yes, he very much so was. And then Roseanne says, in that scene, did you hear him say the name Gene? Who's Gene? Viola says, transference, likes her more than a doctor. Yes, he does. Viola says, probably happens often. I'm sure. I'm sure. Especially when a patient feels like, a doctor is attractive or pretty and they're actually helping them progress. It's very easy to cross over and have those feelings go from doctor-patient relationship to feeling like there's something more there. Especially if a doctor is being kind, they have to be very careful with how they handle sensitive patients. Oh, gotcha, Mayor. Phew, scared me for a moment. Oh, that's right. That's so right, V. His wife is Jean. That's right. He's married, and he was making it out as if she was there. But we find out later in the episode that she left him and a while back. So thank you, Viola. Mayor says not all of us have watched. That scared me for a minute. Um, got it. Roseanne says, ooh. Roseanne says, yes, thanks. Yes, that is it, Viola. Very much so. Jean was his wife, and she had left him because he's kind of losing it. So, all right. Let's go ahead and enter the dinosaur here. And moving on, it's kind of another discussion question. It's about Walt and Henry. Okay, you guys. This scene was so classic Walt and Henry. Like, I love when you know somebody so well that you can answer thoughts, questions before they even ask or finish or whatever. But the way these two play on each other, it's so hilarious because they've been friends for so long. But I love it, they're driving along and whatnot, and Henry is kind of giving his 2 cents worth, and Walt finally looks at him and he says, look, drive me and keep thoughts to yourself, or just set me out here. And Henry stops the truck, and Walt is like, really? And then Henry's like, oh, and Walt said, oh, and Walt had said, you can't drive me and judge me at the same time. But then, of course, Henry stops the truck, and Walt's like, really? And then Henry's like, I've never been here before. I don't know which direction to go in. And then Walt's like, you guys, it was just so funny to me. I just loved it. I just loved it. Mayor says, I've never had a gorgeous doctor. I am so sorry. I will tell y'all this. The anesthesiologist that put me to, well, he might have been the same one. No, he wasn't the same one the second time. The one that put me to sleep the first time, oh my gosh, y'all, he had so much cologne on, which, technically we're not supposed to wear cologne. And even as a patient, we're told when we come in to not have any cologne on, no lotion. But you guys, that is the last memory I had before I just was gone. I can remember laying there, and the last time I went in for surgery, which was 2 years ago when the tendon snapped in my foot, which we now know was the result of my back. I had Beverly and Todd there with me, and they were just talking. And all I can remember is they were just like talk, talk, talk. And I was trying so hard to stay awake to be a part of the conversation, and I was drifting. This time I was kind of in there myself, and every now and then people would pop their heads in and, tell me what to expect and, tell me what was going on and that I would be going back soon and whatnot. But the main person who kept coming and checking in on me was the anesthesiologist. And I could smell his cologne, and it smelled so good. And the last thing I remember is closing my eyes because that cologne lingered. I remember closing my eyes and just smelling that cologne. So it wasn't that I had necessarily a gorgeous doctor or anyone else, but that cologne was comforting. But anyway, just thought I'd share that. It was something I'd actually forgotten until now, but Roseanne says, yes, so funny. It was a funny scene. Jen says, I loved it. Mare says, I was so disappointed when Richard Chamberlain, who was a famous doctor on TV, was gay. Richard Chamberlain, I'm sure y'all are going to probably boo me. I'm sure that's probably like one of those, I can't think of it right now. There's a big doctor show that everybody watches, and the guy that was on there played on Sweet Home Alabama as the fiance. What is the name of that nurse show? What did he play on, Mare? Oh, Dr. Kildare. Is that the name of the show? Grey's Anatomy is what I was thinking of. I have never watched Grey's Anatomy. And I know a lot of people really get into that. Okay. I love scenes with Walt and Henry. I think those are some of my favorite scenes. But anyway. All right. Next question, multiple choice. Why did Henry dump Walt? So in the end, Henry kind of got rid of Walt. Was it A, Matthias called with a request, B, Walt would not take a break, or C, Henry's wound was bleeding and he didn't want Walt to see it? All right. Mare says butter. I am so lost, Mare. I was so disappointed when Richard Chamberlain was a famous doctor on TV, was gay, and then you said Dr. Kildare, and then butter. I'm so lost. You're going to have to tell me more. All right, so everybody is ringing in, and I've got A and C for answers. Is there more? Because I see Roseanne said, oops. Oh, duh. I got it, Mare. B, butter. I got it. The correct answer is B for butter beans. The correct answer is A. Matthias called with a request. And guess who got that point? You ready? Viola! Yay! Woo woo! Mare says, he is a smooth operator like B. Viola says, yippee! Yes. Congratulations, V. So now V has 3 and everyone else has 4. Close game, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So the next time we do pick colors, you guys are pretty much going to be there. Oh my gosh. I know, V. Look at you setting records. Mary says, congrats, V. And Roseanne has all these exclamation marks. All right, this is the last question for this episode. All right, who called Walt about a blonde Jane Doe? A, the hospital, B, Eamon, or C, Cumberland Morgue? All right. V says, the ladies of Friday night, right? And everybody answered mostly with C, and Mayor answered with B. And yes, the correct answer is C. And we have a new leader that is in front of the pack now. And that is Miss Roseanne, who now has 5 points. Woo woo! All right. Episode 2, One Good Memory. All right. Question 1 is a true or false. The Jane Doe was Donna. True or false? All right. Everyone's answers are in, and is that an F or a T? I think that's an F. Okay. So it looks like everyone has rang in with false. We have 1 true. The correct answer is false. Of course, it was not Donna. Where am I at? But I did have like a little discussion. You guys, it just broke my heart before they pulled the sheet back when it showed Walt grabbing the sheet. Like he was like gathering a good bit of it up in his hand. You could sense the hesitation. I mean, you could just feel it. And then when he pulled that sheet back, and then he was, I mean, it could have gone either way. When he gasped and then he just like hung his head low, because the guy at the morgue, he was like, oh, can I please pray with you? Because he took that gasp, that sigh as, oh my gosh, this is your loved one. But of course, as we now know, and Walt goes on to end up saying what? When he said twice, can I pray with you? He was like, this is not Donna. But you guys, the grief that you could already see him feeling, oh, it was so sweet. Right, Jen? Jen says, oh, yes, me too. Roseanne says, he played that part very well. Yes, he really did. He really did, because you could feel it. You know, you weren't just seeing it, but you could feel it. And that was some good acting. Absolutely. All right, next question is multiple choice. Who did Walt go see when he left the morgue? Did he go see A, Henry, B, Vic, or C, Eamon? Waiting to see if V is going to kind of ring in. And there she goes. All right, so we have all 3 answers are given. And the correct answer is C. He went to see Deputy Eamon. And the person who got that point and has tied herself with Roseanne is Jen. Woo woo! Way to go, way to go. All right. Next one, multiple choice. What, Viola says, go Jen. What was Henry looking for? He broke into a place and he was looking for something. Was it A, an artifact pottery, B, a picture, or C, a person? All right. Most of you answered A with the pottery artifact, and that is the correct answer. And the person who got that point, and I just about dropped my crochet hook. That would have made me very sad. Taking the lead is Jen. Woot woot! Chugga chugga choo choo. All right, so this next one is a discussion. And of course, we know the answer to this, but you got to remember that I have not seen these episodes, that I'm seeing them as I go along. And so I'm just curious at this point, because we know the answer to this, if anyone else started to get suspicious about this. But the question that I had written down was, could Donna have blown up her own van? Viola says, go girl. Jen says, wowzers. Oh, I love that. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I love it. Wowzers. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Can't believe I'm drinking this coffee cold, but I do like ice cold coffee too, but it's cold in here. Jen says, I thought that. Violet says, thought about it. Roseanne says, no, I didn't think that. I don't know. It was just, I don't remember what I was seeing in the moment, but it was the way they were piecing some of the stuff together. And I thought, I don't know, because I'm trying to think, is the clinic out of Walt's jurisdiction? And I don't think it is. So I began to think at first, could it have been her, and why? Could she have done it to possibly bring Walt back and engage in kind of a investigation with him? But she just seems more level-headed than that. So then as quickly as I thought about it and wrote the question, I was kind of like, nah, but it was still a thought, you know? So I was just curious, you know, did anybody else think that way? Jen says, right, making it think she might be mental. So, yeah. All right. Yes, a quick passing thought. Yes, it was. As quickly as it came, it was like, nah. All right, next one is multiple choice. What did Walt find in the burnt van? Was it A, y'all, this is going to be real easy, because think about it, a burnt van. The key word is burnt. Mayor. Was it A, a picture scrap, B, a red stripe beer bottle, or C, a file with name fragments? All right. I've got almost everybody saying B. I've got one C answer. And the correct answer is B. And that is the red stripe beer bottle. All right. This is not a question. Okay, so let me do this real quick. So technically, Mayor rang in, even though it was before the question was read, with B. And that is the correct answer. I love the fact that, Viola, you wrote bottle out. That's amazing. All right. Oh, got you, Jen. She said the red stripe threw her off. Or it was the bottle shoot. Yes. And Mayor says Jamaican beer. Well, you know, oh, I think he said Ramison. Walt said what beer he drank, but he says you can't get it around Absaroka. But I can't really remember what it was. I think it started with an R though. But anyway, I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Oh, I know what it was. This question doesn't count as a point. Well, what the heck? I'll let it count as a point. It's not part of the questions, though. Does anybody... Oh, wait. Mayor's saying Red Strip is, a Jamaican beer. Oh, okay. I did not know that. That's cool to know. Does anybody remember who they saw drinking the Red Stripe beer? I'll tell you what, anyone who rings in with the correct answer, I will give you 2 points. It's a bonus question. Oh my gosh. Y'all are going to be mad at me, but hey, I said it before it happened. Mayor says it's a good beer. Jen says awesome, Mayor. Viola says Duncan. Roseanne says Zach. Mayor says Walt. And one of you ladies is correct. And I'm giving you the 2 points that I said I would give. Because that would you'd have to pay close attention to that. And the 2 points go to Viola. So at this point, Anna has 4 points when she left us, and every one of you all have 5 points. Y'all are tied across the board. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Oh my gosh, who is it going to be? Who is going to take the night? Ah, this is so much fun. I absolutely love this. All right, next question. That was great, Viola. Good job. Look at you. Gone from no points to 5 in one night. I mean, how about that? Roseanne's got claps and party favors and claps and hearts. Oh, way to go, Roseanne, to cheer Viola on. Mayor says that is great. Viola says amazing. Hey, Viola, guess what? If you didn't already find it today, there's your joy, my friend. Oh, that is so great. Okay. Next question is true or false. Duncan boss, whose name is Brent, defended him to Walt. True or false? All right. I've got all the answers in, and most everybody said true. There is a false answer given. The correct answer is true. So that means either Roseanne, Jen, or Viola has now taken the lead back, and the person who has done that is dun 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 dun. Woot 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 woot. Roseanne, congratulations. Oh gosh, this is awesome. These are the nights that I love. Here goes my cheeks again, getting all tight, getting their little workout. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have no idea how much I need this after this crazy, crazy week. Oh, anyway, you guys are the best medicine. All right. Next question is also true or false. Brent, this is Duncan's boss, lied about the days in questions where he alibied Duncan. True or false? Viola says, yay, Roseanne. Roseanne says, yay. All right. Answers are in, and almost everyone said true. There is one false. And Roseanne, my friend, somebody is coming to tie with you. So yes, true is the correct answer, but there's a two-way tie. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all, I need to correct myself. I owe Jen a big apology. Because Roseanne, when you won that last point, you actually tied with Jen. Both of you have 6 points. Mare has 5. And Viola has 5, and Anna has 4. Jen, you got the point here, and so you are now breaking the tie between you and Roseanne, and you now have 7 points. I am so sorry, and I apologize about that. So please, please forgive me. Viola says, yay, Jen. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is still a great game. All right. Jen says, no worries. I'm so sorry I messed that up for you and Roseanne both. Roseanne says, with Jen and WTH. Jen says, I'm getting my section done on my blanket. Well, that's kind of the good thing I kind of like about us doing the questions and the discussions, because then you truly can bring a project to this night and work on it. You know, you kind of have that intermission, you know, every so often. Because I know I'm getting a good bit done. In fact, I said I would show this to you, but look at this. Look how, whoops, you can't see it. It's falling forward. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? Can you see that at all? Back it up. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving that gray on that yellow. But anyway, Roseanne says, way to go, Jen, working on your section, or either getting that point. And Roseanne says, wow, Viola says, very pretty. It is, and that's that stitch. That is just all that stitch. It is a very pretty, and it's so easy. I will confess, I like doing one row more than the other row. And if you're familiar with it, the row where you do the single crochets in the back loop and chain 2, I don't know why, but I just kind of can't wait till that row's over with. But anyway, it just takes longer, and I guess that's what it is, but it's not that it's difficult. It's just, it takes longer. But anyway, or at least for me, it does. All right, moving along. So, and that might be what it is, Jen, going into the back loop. But yeah, it's just not my favorite of the 2 rows. So, having been working on that, you know what I'm talking about. But that other one, I love it, you know, a single crochet, double crochet, skip, you know, and repeat. I just kind of zoop, and it's like, oh, well, here we go again with this row. And it just takes forever. And then I just zoop to the other one. But anyway, all right. Let's see. Next question is multiple choice. What did Eamon text to Walt on Vic's phone? Was it A, an address, B, a phone number, or C, a picture? And I guess I should have put my dinosaur in, but I can see the answers. And Mare and her B, and everyone pretty much answered with A, and that is the correct answer. It was an address. And Jen, you are continuing to take the lead. You got that point. So you are now up to 8 points. Woo woo! We need Anna's little emoji train. Okay. This next one is kind of a discussion, and it is all about the whole Matthias, Henry, Hector relationship. Okay, Jen says, I don't like the different number counts though, and I'm not sure how we get different numbers. Are you referring to the total count of stitches per row? Is that what you mean? Because mine all came out right. And Viola says, go, Jen. I'm sorry, you guys. My knee is really having a fit at the moment. Let me know if, oh, yes, you said yes, total count. I'm not sure, love, because when I did the math on it, I'm trying to think. On that one, on that project there, it seems like because the pattern goes one single crochet, and then you go right into where you skip and do your single crochet, 2 double crochets, skip your 2 your 2 double crochets, and then that single crochet you do the single and the doubles all the way down until you have that last stitch remaining, and then there's a single crochet. But in order to get our stitch count right on one of the ends, and I can't remember if I did it at the beginning of the row or the end of the row, we had to do 2 single crochets instead of just the 1, and that made the count accurate. But if that's ever the case, always know that you can add in a stitch within the same stitch. So like if you had to, for example, we're mostly doing single crochets, there's a couple double crochets, but if you had to, you could do 2 single crochets within the same stitch to pick up stitches, or you could do a single crochet decrease. Now, a decrease on that particular pattern stitch, the best way to do a decrease would be like if you did like a double crochet decrease or something like that with the double extra double, with the 2. I'm so sorry, y'all. My knee has got me focused on it. With the 2 double crochets that happen in that particular stitch. So you can always kind of play around with it that way. So, but I know Anna has really struggled with her blanket, and I think it's more not so much count as it is with tension. But there's a way to work around that, and the way that will be when we start the border, we will start 1 row of single crochets around to kind of set the precedence of it. And as you're going around, if you've got some rows that seem to stick out further, then rather than doing a single crochet, you're just going to do a I'm so sorry. I can't think right now. I honestly am drawing a blank of what it's called. You make a stitch. Help me out. You don't make a stitch. you just insert your hook and you pull the loop right over through the other loop. I don't know why I can't think right now, because I mean, that has nothing to do with my knee. I'm just truly drawing a blank. Thank you, Roseanne. A slip stitch. You'll just do a slip stitch. And then if you feel like the stitches are where they should be, you'll do a single crochet. But now, like for example, with the chevron, several people felt like their blanket went inward. So on that case, you will actually work a double crochet, and that will kind of bring it back out to be even. So there's ways to manipulate the stitches to even it out. And so, yes, for some, it may be where the count has not been fully kept accurate, or the biggest reason is because tension is different. Because like when I've seen some of the blankets, I can clearly see where on some of the sections their blankets really extend beyond that edge, that straight edge, or they go inward. And the only places I've really seen it go more inward was with the chevron stitch. But again, you can manipulate the stitches to, even that out, just like you do when you're doing a chevron stitch and you're trying to create your peaks or whatever, and you're trying to even it out. Just like when we came from the chevron stitch to the straight edge row, some of those stitches were single crochet, half double crochet, slip stitches, and double crochets to even that row out. It's going to be the same way on the border. So I hope that will help. Roseanne, thank you again for that slip stitch. I have no idea why my brain, I could see it done, but I could not pull it out. So thank you, thank you. All right, are we ready, ladies? Our next question. And I did give that point, correct? Yes, Jen got that point. Oh, so we were on the next question already. Thank you, Roseanne. She says you're welcome. So we were going to talk about the discussion of the Matthias, Henry, Hector relationship. So this is the part where I'm pretty sure, nope, it's not. Okay. So now I got to remember why I wrote that, because my mind went to later in the scene or episode, and that's not what it's about. So let me think. Discussion, Matthias, Henry, Hector relationship. I guess it might be just mentioning, oh, I get what it is. Okay. Because him and Walt were at the oil field. He gets the call from Matthias. He says, not now. Matthias goes, I guess you don't know how this relationship works. And he's like, I'm with the sheriff. And Matthias is like, oh, great. Well, let me tell him about the evidence I have. And Henry is like, fine. Where are you? I'll be there in an hour. And Matthias says, make it 45 minutes. And then, of course, they have their little meeting, and he's telling Henry what he wants him to do. So, I guess it was just, what is your opinion about Matthias using Henry in this way? And do you think that it's really, truly going to make a difference? The whole kind of Hector law, because it's clearly not legal what they're doing through Hector. But anyway, I don't know. Did anybody have anything they want to add to that? If not, we'll just go on to the next question. And it doesn't look like anybody did. So, all right. Well, next question then. Jen says go forward. All right. What did, this is a multiple choice. What did Browning tell Walt travels in the mountains? Did he say A, fog, B, people, or C, sound? All right, I was waiting to see if Mayor was going to answer in. All right, and answers are in. Everyone answered C for sound. That is the correct answer. And Jen, you got that point, my friend. So you are now up to 9 points. Woo, woo. All righty. Next question is true or false? Eamon arrested Walt. True or false? Viola says, wow, Jen. All right. Looks like we might have lost Mayor for a moment or two. Everyone is answering false, and that answer is false. He was told to, but he didn't actually arrest him. And Jen, you get that point, taking you to a total of 10 points. Good job. Woot woot! Chugga chugga choo choo. All right, next is a discussion question. Browning. Why does Walt believe that Browning did not shoot him and possibly take Donna? Why does he finally believe that Browning is telling the truth? There's two major reasons that made Walt realize it. I know, Jen, right? I don't know if I do either. Jen says, I don't have a train emoji. She might play on her. Oh, yay, Jen. And just in case I've got some of my blind friends in here, I gave Jen the same little train emojis that Miss Anna would have done and said, way to go, Jen. Whoop, whoop. Roseanne says, because Browning would have shoot to kill already. That is correct, Roseanne. That was one of the main reasons, because he said to Walt, if I shot you, I'd have made sure you were dead. In other words, he would not have left him there alive. And Walt knew that. So, yes, that was one of the main reasons that he knew right there in that moment that Browning did not shoot him and did not take Donna. Anyone have any idea what the second one was? I do, Jen. She says, you have a choo-choo. I do. I'm going to have to disappoint Anna, but I think that's going to have to be my little emoji breaker from here on out. All right. Anyone have any idea whatsoever? I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. because when he kept saying, "Where is she?" Who did Browning think she was? He wasn't thinking Donna, because he didn't shoot Walt and he didn't shoot Donna. Yes, Roseanne. He thought she meant Gabby. And Walt realized that he didn't understand that she was Donna. He thought she was Gabby. So that is correct. So yeah. All right. Next question then. Are we ready? Here's our little new emoji, which is actually kind of appropriate for me to break things up with, I think. True or false? Sheriff Wilkins fired Eamon. True or false? All right, I've got 2 people that have answered. I don't know if we're lagging in some areas or if everyone, some of you have had to take a break. So I'm going to give it a 3, 2, 1 count. So 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to finish this little stitch. All right. And answers are in. And I've got true as the answers. That is correct. And Roseanne, you get that point, my friend. Whoop, whoop. So now you have 7 points on the board. And so, yes, he fired Eamon. And Walt felt bad about it because he felt that it basically happened because of him. So, all right. Next question. True or false? Walt offered Eamon a job. This very question right here, remember at the very beginning of this episode, I said there were things I wanted to say, but I would hold my tongue until it got there. So the answers that have rung in are true. And oh my gosh. Already in the episode, Vic already asked Walt if he hired Eamon. And of course, at the time, he had not. And oh, I don't think Vic really wants, Mare says, falling asleep. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think Vic wants Walt to hire Eamon, not so much because they're in a relationship, as much as I think she doesn't want it because she has feelings for Walt, as Eamon clearly pointed out to her. She needs to resolve that. And I feel like that if Eamon is working there, then he's going to see more than what he already sees when so-called being brought together on a case, because he'll be there day in and day out, and he'll be able to call Vic out on her dirty laundry, so to speak. So yes, the answer was true. And Miss Roseanne, you got that point as well, my friend. Woo woo! All right. Next question is also true or false. Duncan took a truck. True or false? Mare Love, if you need to go. There's B. She says, sorry, my brother called. Absolutely. You're fine, love. I'm glad you're okay. Mare, if you need to go, love, I certainly understand, because I will be the first one to say, I'm excited that you are tired enough to get some rest. And if that ends up being the case, feel free to call me anytime tomorrow that's convenient for you. All right, so we've got some true and false answers. And the correct answer is false. He did not take a truck because he already had his truck. He took a hostage, is what he took. So the correct answer is false. And the person who got that answer correct is Miss Roseanne, taking her to 9 points, 1 away from tying with Jen. Woo woo! All right. Next question is multiple choice. Who arrested Duncan and the hostage? Was it A, Vic and Eamon, Vic and Ferg, or C, Vic and Henry? Oops, got my... Oh, wow. Okay. Mayor might be dozing off again. All right, so interesting enough, we have all 3 answers chosen. So obviously one of you is correct. And the correct answer is C. It was Vic and Henry. Henry was at the Red Pony when Duncan came in and took the hostage, and Henry followed them, radioed, and was talking with Vic and Ferg. And so Vic then followed up behind where Henry was following. Well, she cut Duncan off. And so it was Vic and Henry. So yes, Roseanne, wow, whoop, she says. Jen says, I remember now. And so that ties Roseanne and Jen with 10 points each. So excellent job, ladies. All right, next question is multiple choice. Duncan firebombed Donna's van because she turned down his what? Viola has a rocket. She turned down his A, date invitation, B, homemade soup, or C, request for extra sessions a week. All right, I'm not sure, Jen, you've got in there. All right. So answers are in. I've got Roseanne and Viola saying B, the food, the homemade soup. That is the correct answer. Jen says, oh my gosh, what is in? Criminy. Crikeys. Oh my gosh, she pushed an in. That's what I was asking. I was like, I'm not sure what N's supposed to mean, and I'm looking to see what letter could have been close to that. But yeah, it's his homemade soup. He said that the only other person he'd ever made that soup for was his wife. And so, yeah, he was really, oh, it's next to the B. Oh, that's correct. You're right, Roseanne. Okay. So it would have been the right answer. But Roseanne did get that answer in first, which puts her in the lead. But yeah, he was devastated that she turned down his soup. And I don't think it was because of the soup. I think it was just doctor-patient relationship. she was turning down any kind of gift offer, because obviously if a doctor, you know, takes a gift, it can send the wrong message. So Jen says, yes, Roseanne, and Roseanne gave a smiley emoji. All right. Next question is true or false? Andrew Price is actually not Donna's son. True or false? Oh. Jen, you're falling asleep on me. And that G could have been T or F. She's like, seriously, again? I'm sorry. Is V still with us? All right. We're going to accept the answers that are in. And the correct answer is false. He is her son. And so, Roseanne, you get that point. And woot woot, that now has you at 12. Chugga chugga choo choo. Jen says, not asleep, fat fingers. I'm sorry. All right. Oh gosh. Next question is multiple choice. Donna's ex-husband is what? Or Donna's ex is what? A, she says, I am tired though, right? We're almost done, which is good because my knee is screaming. So there probably will not be any extra conversation tonight, ladies. Donna's ex is what? A lawyer, B, a doctor, or C, a rancher? Let's see if I can turn this back up. I don't want to take my pill because if I do, I'm out in no time. So I'm trying to hold off. All right, let's see. I'm getting some answers in. V might have got another phone call. I'm not sure. All right. And let me go back to the question. Okay. So answers coming in are A, and that is the correct answer. He is a lawyer. And that point goes to Jen. Yay, Jen. So you now are 11 points. Whoop, whoop. All right, true or false? Andrew received a strange voicemail from his mom. True or false? All right. I'm pretty sure Merrick probably fell asleep on us, so that's good, y'all. She needs that rest. She's been having a rough time. And I hope V's okay. I mean, I know she came back and told us she took a phone call from her brother, but hopefully everything is okay. So answers are in. Everyone said true. And the correct answer is true. And Jen, you get that point, and it now ties you back with Roseanne. Y'all both are at 12 and 12. All right, our next question is true or false as well. Donna made calls from Duncan's house. True or false? All right. Our answers are in, and you both rang in with false. That is the correct answer. It was Tamar's house. And Jen, you have taken the lead, and you now have 13 points. Woo woo! All right, next question is multiple choice. Walt and Vic found 2 of what at Tamar's? Was it A, Roseanne's got clapping hands for you, Jen. Was it A, 2 wine glasses, B, 2 half-eaten sandwiches, or C, 2 teacups? All right. You both rang in with C. That is the correct answer. And Jen, you got in first. That takes you to 14. Whoop, whoop. All right, next one is true or false. Walt found a closet where someone was clearly being held captive. All right, and you both have rung in with true, and that is the correct answer. And Jen, you got that answer in first. That takes you to 15. Whoop, whoop. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. All right, you guys, we're getting down. Let's see. Looks like we've got 11 questions left. All right, 24 is a true or false. Tamar threw a soda can at the guy at the gas station who tried to help her with her flat tire. Her tire wasn't completely flat. It needed air. All right. You both rang in with false. That is the correct answer. She sprayed him with gasoline. And I actually have Jen ringing in with false and then Roseanne ringing in twice with false, but it has Jen first. So Jen, you get that point, and that now takes you to 16. All right, ladies. We're not really going to go over the next one. It was a discussion question. It says, what did Donna's note say? And basically it says, Tamar has kidnapped me, and my name is Donna. Roseanne is giving claps for Jen. All right, so going on to the next question. It is, Jen says, thanks, Roseanne. It is a true or false. Henry told Matthias to arrest him and turn him into the feds. True or false? This was kind of another great scene. I really enjoyed this scene. I know, right, Jen? But I wasn't going to bring it up yet because I think yeah, there's a question coming up about that, so that's why I didn't mention or say more on it. But we'll comment on that more in a minute. All right, so you both rang in with true, and that is the correct answer. And Roseanne, you got that point, my love. So that takes you over to 13 points. Whoop whoop. So this whole thing with Henry and Matthias, and Henry's like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am done being manipulated, explored." Roseanne says, "Yay," with the clap emoji. He's like, "I'm done. I would much rather be in jail." And then I love what he says. He says, "But it's you who's going to have a problem if you arrest me." And that leads into the next question, which is multiple choice. He tells Matthias that if he arrests him and turns him over to the feds, that this would hurt Matthias. So the question is, Henry being arrested, how would this hurt Matthias? A, no one to help him resolve Res issues. B, Res people will learn that he turned Hector into the white man's prison. Or C, crime on the Res will rise and Matthias will not be able to handle it alone. And you both rang in with B, and of course, B is the correct answer, that when the Res people find out that he arrested Hector and turned him over to the white man's prison, oh, that would be a price to pay. And Miss Jen, you got that point. Congratulations. And so here is your question on what you were commenting on. So it is multiple choice. Who found Donna's note? And the answers are A, Tamar, B, Vic, or C, Ferg. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to get this into Stitch. All right. Oh, and I forgot to put the thing in. I apologize, but I can tell your answers. You both rang in A for Tamar, and that is correct. And Roseanne, you get that point, my friend. So let's talk about that a minute. Exactly, Jen. How did she get the note? Because she didn't go into the bathroom, and Donna comes out, but nowhere does it show her go into the bathroom. And this is my thing. I thought what Donna did was brilliant, to write a note on that paper towel and stick it up there. I would have never thought to look in the paper towel holder for a help me note. Because, I mean, they didn't show us Tamar going in there at all, looking at the stalls to see if she wrote a message or anything. The toilet paper, I mean, I would have expected something like that. But yeah, that was something. And when she pulled that note out and says, well, it's hard for me to trust you when I found this. And I was just like, that's some military training. Right, Jen, she sped off. And I don't see her at any point in time leaving Donna alone and going back to that store, especially after what happened when the customer approached her to try and help her with her, tire that was losing air, and she sprayed gasoline on him. And then she flicked that lighter. I don't see her going back there. So, right, Jen, she says you would think it would take time to find that. Because like I said, I would have never thought. I mean, for me, the only way I'd have found that note is if I happened to have just been the next person in line to grab a paper towel to dry my hands off with. Violet says, sorry, I'm back. Don't know why she would have looked, especially when she was in a hurry to leave. I know. I was very shocked. And I kind of felt like, in a way, that was kind of a flaw in the storyline. It just didn't fit. It just didn't make sense. So, but anyway. Roseanne says, I agree with all that you're saying. So, yeah, I found that to be very, very interesting. All right. So, in the end, we know this answer, ladies. So, it's just going to be a matter of which one of you get it in first. So, in the end, who shot Walt? A, Tamar, B, Duncan, or C, Andrew? And everyone rang in with A for Tamar, and of course it was Tamar. And the person who rang in with the answer first was Jen, then Viola, and then Roseanne. So Jen, you get that point. So currently I have Jen, I have you at 18 points. I have Roseanne at 14 and Viola at 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions left. The next one is true or false. Tamar thought Walt was raping Donna. True or false? Viola says, go Jen. Love the praising. Good team spirit. And oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I keep forgetting to put my train emoji in. Such a bad hostess. Or game show host, whatever you want to call it. Hostess, I guess. I'm so sorry. I'm going to make up for it right now. Boop. All right. Answers are in. Everyone said true. Of course it's true. That was her main setback. She thought that he was, raping her. And so the person who got that answer in first is Miss Roseanne, taking you to 15. All right. She's coming to get you, Jen. The next question is true or false? Tamar was raped by her commanding officer. And we kind of already talked about this a little bit. Viola says, go girl. All right, everyone's answers are coming in, and everyone said true. And yes, we know this to be true. And Miss Jen, you took that point, and that takes you to 19. All right, next question is multiple choice. What did Walt do to Donna when they were alone after Tamar walked out? A, nothing. B, hugged her. Or C, kissed her. There you go again, Jen. N means B. And all the answers are in. And yes, he hugged her. It was a sweet, tender moment, but I sure thought he was going to kiss her. But I think he was just so relieved to find her alive that, sweet moment. Yeah. All right. Miss Viola, I see you, girl. You got that point. Congratulations. You now have 6 points on the board. Woo-woo! All right, next question is multiple choice. Viola's doing the woo-woo. Roseanne says, hi, V. Go, V. I love it. All right, next question is multiple choice. Donna told Walt not to hurt Tamar because she's not a criminal, just what? A, lost. B, confused. Or C, traumatized. I was starting to say, Roseanne, I was like, what? And yes, the correct answer is C. She is traumatized. And the first person to ring in with that is Miss Roseanne, taking you to 16 points. Well done. Well done. All right. Next question, true or false? Walt showed compassion to Tamar on the dock. Viola gave a thumbs up. And everyone rang in with T for true, and that is correct. And Roseanne, you took that point. It takes you to 17. Great job. Woo woo. And so, you guys, before we do the last question, did you see it coming? Did you see what Tamar was going to do before it ever happened? My husband came in halfway through this episode and was watching it with me. And Roseanne says, yes, I did. Jen says, yes. The moment that she asked Walt to go ahead and handcuff her, and he was like, no, it's not going to be like that. And she's like, yes, I don't trust myself. And she said, and he's handcuffing her. And she says, can you just give me a moment? Yeah, we both called it. I was like, no, no, no. And my husband's like, she's going to jump in that water. I'm like, exactly, no. And of course, when Walt walked away to walk back to the end of the dock to be with Donna, I was like, this is going to happen. And so when it zooms in on Walt and Donna and they're just talking, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my husband. He's looking at me and we're just kind of like, ah! And I'm just like, splash. And like 3 seconds later, you hear splash. And he's like, nailed it. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then, of course, Donna's screaming, Tamar. And Walt just takes off, pulling off boots and whatnot. Oh my gosh. Roseanne says, when she says, take one last look at the lake, right? And I'm just thinking, this poor girl is so broken by what has happened to her. And I mean, she was honest and genuine with Walt. I don't know how to function out there. Like, she didn't know how to belong in that world. And that is so tragic, you guys. And in reality, that happens a lot. People just cannot cope. And they either do crazy things that bring harm to others or to themselves. And it's just a sad, sad situation. But last question, multiple choice. Tamar jumped in the water, and who saved her? Viola says, I really want them to go after her commanding officer. I'm sure there were others. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Tamar jumped in the water, and who saved her? A, Walt, B, Vic and Ferg, or C, all of the above? Viola says Walt. Oh, Jen says I do too. Jen says Walt A. Roseanne says A. All right. Roseanne came back in with C. That is the correct answer, Roseanne. It is C. Yes, Walt jumped in and was diving for her, but Vic was right there trying to say, at first, I don't see her. And then she's like, oh, she's right there. And then Ferg and Vic were working with the paddle to pull Walt and Tamar in. And when they get Tamar out of the water, Vic and Ferg are trying to do CPR on her, and Walt collapses, and then Donna goes to Walt. So it was a conglomerative effort of all three of them to get Tamar out of the water. That is true, Viola. Vic and Ferg did help Walt, but he did have her. But the question was, in the end, who saved her? And it really was a conglomerate effort. Could Walt have gotten her out of there? Perhaps. I don't know that he would have had the energy and the withal to have done CPR on her in the condition he was in, because he basically collapsed on the dock. But, and I know that was the sad, well, and you're correct. And I did actually scratch that out. I do apologize, because after I wrote the question and played it through, it showed the very end. And you're correct, Viola. I did scratch that out, and I do have it written in. He didn't save her. They didn't save her. What was that? Roseanne says he had so much spunk to dive in and then he, and then what? And then he couldn't after. Oh, conks out after. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, it was sad that they could not save her. So conks out after, Viola says. I got it. All right. So yeah, that was sad. But anyway, uh it just it's just tragic. It's just very, very tragic, you know. Um, but yeah, but I'm with y'all. I hope um, they go after her commanding officer. I hope we see something with that. I hope because she was one of Donna's patients, and clearly Donna and Walt will continue their relationship. I do hope that that is something that we're going to see. So Roseanne says, thanks, Vic. All right. So ending those two episodes, we ended with Jen with a total of 19 points. Roseanne had 17, Anna with 4, and Viola with 6. That's amazing, my friend. And Mayor with 5. And y'all, again, Mayor has never seen this. So the fact that she got 5 points, and I know a lot of it has to do with her guessing B, which I think is so cute. That is awesome. Roseanne says, have you noticed that there's more cussing in these episodes? Sometimes it's not needed. Actually, and Roseanne says, claps on fire for Jen. Yes, Jen, congratulations on that. Jen says, yes, Roseanne, I think it's because it's on cable now. Yes, I have noticed that. And I will admit that I'm kind of struggling with my morals because of the fact that if I'm watching a movie, I, you know, I don't like the fact when I hear GD in it. And if I'm watching it with other people, and this shouldn't make a difference, but to some degree it does end up happening, I will give it one more try. And if I hear it a second time within the same movie, then I usually will come up with a polite reason that I have to go or can't watch anymore. And a lot of times I'm not even afraid to say, look, I just disagree with it, because to me there's no reason. There's so many other words or gestures that are within reason that can be used besides that. And that's just my thing. And I've heard GD at least twice. I heard it once in the last 2 episodes that we watched of season 4, and I heard it in the first episode of season 5. I'm pretty sure it was the first episode and not the second, but it doesn't matter. I've heard it. I also think that, and it could be Jen that's on cable now. I've also heard more, I've seen more graphic detail. Like I said in the very beginning, my friend Beverly looked up and she was like, oh my goodness. And I knew something was amiss. And I look up and it's like blood everywhere. And I was like, wow, that's interesting for Longmire. And yes, I have, Roseanne. So I'm just praying that it doesn't continue to get too out there, because we're so close to finishing. And yeah. So let's just pray it doesn't. Yeah. So let's just pray it doesn't get too, yeah. Oops, you guys have been talking. Let me go back and look here. Jen says, thank you. And Viola says, awesome job, ladies. Absolutely. And Roseanne says, right, I forgot. I know that just really just jerks my chain about the whole GD. I mean, I can handle it, you know. I mean, in the GD phrase, I can handle it fine if they say the D word. But I'm sorry, putting the Lord's name in there. I do have personal issues with that. And so I had somebody ask me if I've seen Call the Midwife yet and what it's all about. And no, I haven't. I don't know what to expect. And I just do pray that as we watch our movies, that they end up not being something that people get so excited about. And there's the confrontation of my morals, you know, because, you know, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to watch something that I wouldn't watch normally if I feel like it's a conflict. And I mean, I just pray that that doesn't happen. But if it does, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. And, you know, we may have to make some decisions, some hard decisions. But yeah. Okay. Roseanne says yes. Viola says same here. It's not needed. It doesn't further the story. No, it doesn't. Roseanne says, thanks, V. You did well tonight. Yes, she did. I'm so proud of you, my friend. Roseanne says, yes, again, true. Jen says, it's sad, people. It really is. It's sad people think that swearing is okay. Yes. Roseanne says, I agree, Jen. Hello, Bree. She says, no cuss words in Call the Midwife, not one in all the whole 8 seasons. That's awesome. And I actually think there's 10 seasons, if I remember correctly. But either way, that is so comforting, Bree. Thank you for reassuring us on that. Because I will be honest, I have actually prayed about that. You know, Lord, I'm putting this in your hands, and, you know, I don't want to disappoint anyone, but in the same token, I'm going to be true to him first. So thank you, Bree. That is so comforting. Jen says, great, Bree. Jen says, good to still see you. Yes. Viola says, great. Roseanne says, hi, Bree. Bree says, they don't show gore or ugly. It's all very sweet. PTL, praise the Lord. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have heard, you guys, that we are truly going to need Kleenex. I have heard that. Roseanne says, that's great. Jen says, swearing doesn't make you look intelligent. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't make you fierce either, you know? So, Viola says, thanks for the info. Yes, yes, Bree. That is very, very comforting. All right. Well, ladies, as I said, we will not be choosing any colors tonight. I will keep account of all the points that Jen brought in tonight, Roseanne, Anna, Viola, and Mare. We'll hang on to them. We probably will not be choosing any colors next week too, but I promise that our questions are not going in vain. The points are not going in vain. They will all come into play very soon. I had something I was going to say, and it came in and it went out. And then again, I'm excited about the way the points will kind of be done with Call the Midwife, where anyone who gets the right answer will get a point credit, but whoever rings in first will get 2 points. Because again, with that project, there won't be so much a picking of colors because, you know, everybody will kind of choose their own colors and determine how many colors. And so, yes, I'm working on something that the points will earn you. More than likely, and I know there's a lot of seasons in this movie, so maybe we might even do something per season. I don't know. I just have to play it by ear. Because if I remember correctly, when Todd was looking at it, there were not many episodes in each season. So maybe even every 2 seasons, because, you know, just being honest, while I've gotten some possible hope that my disability will finally kick in next week, again, it's only 60% of the pay that I normally get. It will not include any of my raises because they will be basing it off of last year's W-2 form. So, you know, budgeting is still going to be kind of a thing for me right now because, you know, I am responsible for so many bills in our household. And, you know, at 60%, it's going to be a challenge. And Todd is going to have to pick up some of that slack. And right now, with all the people that we've had in our home, and I'm not saying this for anything other than just conversation, but with all the people that we've had in our home over the last month that have been helping, and all the extra running this, running that, lights on here, all the extra heaters going and whatnot, we got our electric bill in yesterday and it's over $600. And my husband is freaking out and I don't blame him. So what I'm getting at is whatever I do, I want to be able to reward y'all, but I also have to put my responsibilities first before I can do rewards. So even if you earn them and I have to wait till the complete end of the Call the Midwife to give out those various rewards, then that's what I have to do. I know you'll understand. I know y'all don't expect anything, but it's, oh, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. Um, it's my way of playing and having fun. So anyway, so do not worry. These points will be put away in a very special place, and we'll bring these back in probably 2 weeks from now. And hopefully by then we'll be ready to add that very final touch to the top of the blanket and then get ready for the border. And I'm really hoping that the idea that I have for the border comes out to what I'm envisioning, because I just think it will just add a very sharp touch to the finale of that Longmire blanket. So anyway, Bree says it's about Catholic nuns that are midwives. Awesome. Bree says, I'm willing to do a yarn giveaway each month for Call the Midwife places 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh, Bree, that is awesome. But you don't have to do that. So pray about it. Roseanne says, wow. Jen says, awesome, Bree. All right, you guys, I love you. I am going to have to call it a night. My leg is really hurting. And as you can just tell, I just got a very sharp pain. And I'm going to go to, I hate to say this, but I'm going to go take my pill and pray for some very quick relief. And I'm going to say bye before I get emotional because this pain is really, it hurts. All right. So I love you guys. Yes, Roseanne, she says, good night, everyone. Praying hearts. Jen says, take care of you. I am. It's just, it's ready to be more elevated than what it is in this wheelchair. And I'm way past due for that last med. But I knew that if I took it, I would go to sleep on y'all. And I mean, there's no way you can throw a cup of water at me through the screen, yell my name, get my attention, and I would just be on there, just conked out. But anyway, what another great night! You guys did a phenomenal job. I'm so glad that there was that tight race again between all of you in the beginning, and then again at the end between Jen and Roseanne. V, I am so proud of you. And yeah, if you guys see Charlie, I missed her tonight. I missed Deborah tonight. Of course, Anna left us early. Penny told us that she would not be able to join us because she just needed to go to bed. And we still haven't seen Carrie in a while. And so, yeah, if you see some of these people, definitely let them know that we love them and we miss them. Sometimes Stacy joins us. So just missing all these folks. But everyone has lives, and Friday nights are usually family time, date nights. I get all that. So, but if you see them, definitely let them know that we miss them. So, Jen says, good night, oh, wait. I'm missing it. Bree says, oh, go take your pill. I'm going to. V says, fabulous fun Friday. Yes, I love it. Thanks, everyone. Have a good, restful night. Jen says, good night, everyone. Viola says, love you all. Love you too, love. Bree says, hearts. And Jen says, Bree, let me know if you got that first package, please. Yes, I will be curious too to see if she possibly got the things that were in that package, and then we'll know she got it. I will, Jen. And Jen says, thank you. All right, guys. If you haven't yet, real quick, if you will, please go over and give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And anybody have any quick questions about the Longmire blanket? Any of the sections? Any questions about any of the other, episodes? Anything before we go? Y'all continue to pray for Anna and Mayor, Penny. They're all going through some health issues right now. Charlie's got a lot going on. Charlie has a lot going on, like what I had, that caused me to have my surgery. So my heart really goes out to her because I know what that pain is like. And I now fully understand what the risk of that kind of surgery is. So, all right. Jen says, not right now. Don't forget about those lost babies. I will not. I've actually got it written down. I was hoping to look into that tonight, but I'm going to be honest. I can't, but I will tomorrow. So Bree says, med Cynthia. Oh, trust me, Bree, I'm not going to forget, but I love you, hun, for reminding me. All right, you guys. I love you. And I'll see you again soon. And don't forget, tomorrow is a Saturday shout out, and Sunday will be the second episode of Yarn Joy Adventures, and I'll even show you a more updated version of the baby blanket. So, all right. Hugs, you guys. Squeeze tight. Oh, yeah, and Joy Blog will be there bright and early at 6 o'clock in the morning, so don't miss it. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Thank you for another good, like Viola says, fabulous fun Friday. Bye, ladies.